Poland disrupted EU law by order big-scale harvesting in one of Europe's senior woodlands, the Bialowieza wood, the Europe trial of judiciary has controlled. Bialowieza wood has been nominated a UNESCO Planet Legacy website and is household to Europe's greatest flock of almost dead buffalo. But Poland reasoned its judgment to procedure a threefold growth in harvesting was required to fight bug invasion. Poland says it will honor the governing. The trial's judgment is a destruction for the nation's prudent led by the government. The ECJ told Poland had unsuccessful to perform its two-in directives cover the habitats of animals and bird. Time the entire of the Bialowieza wood in Poland is secured by EU directives, just 17% of how region has been nominated a domestic garden wherever no harvesting conducted location. The trial utilized a specially powerful tongue to criticize Poland's reason how it was responsible to a continuous distribution of invasion of elegant crust beetles. It told the invasion was not identified in the slightest as a risk by the government's 2015 control schedule. The Nationalist Law and Judiciary side, PiS, took office space in deceased 2015. The ECJ governing was vaunted by ecological activists. The team Client Earth told the judgment was for now just on document and named by the government in Warsaw to piece its unique adoption of harvesting. The sentence was as anticipated in Warsaw. Poland's new environmental secretary, Henryk Kowalczyk, has told he will honor the trial's governing. Poland's new main secretary, the Deutsche and British-speaking ex-investment banker Mateusz Morawiecki, who was equipped in December, is a mild who has undertaken a lot more than reconciliatory link in and try to solve Poland's listing of disputes in Brussels above harvesting, court reformation and receiving migrants. One of his at first announcements was to say how Poland would honor the trial governing on the Bialowieza wood. He later sacked the man who orderly the harvesting growth, January Zysko, in a permutation in January. Poll time of year has already begun in Poland front of the year's regional ballots. Mr. Morawiecki was equipped in portion to circulation to centrist voters. Poland is as well aware how it must attract structurally in Brussels if it is to enhance its bargaining stance for talks to solve the scope of the EU's following much annual budgeting. Poland is the largest beneficiary of cash by the present EU budgeting. The harvesting instance is one of several key issues how include clouded relations among Poland's law and judiciary by the government and the EU. Recent December the EU startup unparalleled discipline measures versus Warsaw above court reforms how hinder considerably in the judicial. Amongst the reforms was a bid to offer the judiciary secretary the force to shoot trial presidents of the communistic epoch. Poland's by the government has with desired to achieve a trade-off front of negotiations on the EU's length-term budgeting. Parliament in Warsaw elect to behind changes to the reform's recent 1-week removal the judiciary secretary's force to get rid of the judges out of searching advice.